Oh, well, what a ball game. I think that was a very hard fought, very contested ball game. Two good teams I thought played really hard in the game, and I thought there was two good defenses out there making a lot of plays in that game. We're keeping the game close, and the offenses were finding ways. We were scoring and moving it around, but the defense weren't letting it get out of hand. And I think both defenses did a tremendous job tonight, and I think our team just kept scratching and clawing, and I think our toughness, we played with a lot of toughness and a lot of will, and every time they answered, I was so proud of our kids because I think our kids really competed in this game. I don't think we necessarily played our best all the time. Defense, we played pretty daggone good. But what I was proud of is that every time they answered and came back, we would answer and come back, and our kids really understood how to compete in the game. That's what I'm proud of, and I think that's what this senior group has taught this young group, and hopefully that'll carry on in the future. But I was very proud to be here, and I thought it was a heck of a ball game.
Okay, right here. Coach, in the first 10 minutes, Coach Spurrier mentioned special teams about 20 times now. Do you think that was the difference, especially since Dustin ended up scoring half points tonight?
Well, I think his kicking did. I think our turnovers, our defense got. I think they're getting us the field position. I think our punter, Sean Powell, you go back and look, we were backed up on the goal line. He hit one about 60. We got a penalty, and every punt he had, I don't know what he averaged on the night. What did he average here? 51 yards a punt. 51 yards a punt. When you got two guys that are kicking off and kicking field goals and punting the ball that way, and then Greg Reed on the return game than what he did. I think we a lot of field position wars and offense. So we kept stubbing our toe. We were out of sync and had some chance to make plays, missed a throw, missed a run. We had to kick field goals and kept South Carolina in the ball game early, and you knew they were going to come back. And they're too good a team, too well coached as a football team. And but I think special teams did play a big part of it, and I was proud of what our guys played. We covered extremely. I know Telvin Smith had about 3 or 4 tackles out there in space and really played well.
Right here.
In terms of momentum, Jimbo, what does this do going forward in terms of building the program?
I think it's huge. I really do. I just think going in the offseason with a great taste in your mouth, winning 10 games, beating a great quality opponent like South Carolina. I mean, the venues we got into this year, they're losing some tight ones, being able to battle back, getting an ACC championship game, coming to a big-time quality bowl game, and really have to gut it out. And that last drive on offense, 13 plays and about 65 yards, but picking up those critical third downs. Burt caught a great ball, and EJ scrambled. Our kids understood how to compete and make plays, and to have success like this, it's great going into the offseason. It really is.
Okay, we're going to go right here.
You seem to get to the edge when you passes and you tell yourself on the ground off tackle. That was just saw that on film.
Yeah, we were getting the ball outside the edges. We really were. And we got in our bunch package. They were playing soft, trying to not giving up the big play. We thought maybe we'd get the ball down the field, but they kept being soft, so we had to be patient and just nick one down. There wasn't going to be a lot of big passes in the passing game for us. And plus, they did a good job rushing. 83 really created some pressure on the backside for us 2 or 3 times. We couldn't get him there a couple times, so we just had to be patient, keep running the ball. I tried the trick play. We had a reverse on there that when they go back, we're supposed to keep it and run it, but he elected to throw it. But we couldn't get the big plays in the passing game, so we just had to be patient, keep running it, and our defense kept us in there, and then at the end we were able to grind that ball out.
Okay, right here in front. Can you just talk about that EJ on that final scoring drive and just the big third downs he was able to pick up?
I think he was 7 for 7 on the drive. I think EJ was 7 for 7 on the drive, and that third down he picked up to Burt coming back up inside and a scramble on the third down, going back to a 4th receiver on the backside off the scramble, and EJ's special. I mean, he's going to be a really good football player and got a great future ahead of him. And I hate it for Christian. Christian got dinged in the back of the head, and it was a shame. And you could see it on that pass. It happened on the play before the 4th down play. We didn't realize it. Sometimes your instincts you can still call the play, but he come off. He was kind of out of it there a little bit, and I hated that because what he meant to us. But EJ, boy, that guy, he's on my team.
Back there in the middle.
You and Christian shared a moment after the game. I know this one was talking. Just kind of what did you
Well, I said I hated that it ended that way for him as far as getting hurt, but the last game we remember for was that great game he played for us against Florida and being able to break that streak and Doak Campbell and when he played. And I just told him, he's got a ton of ball ahead of him. He's going to be an NFL player, and if I can ever help him in any way, I love him. And I think he's special. I do. I think he's one of the special guys I've ever been fortunate enough to coach. And there's a lot of them on our team like that, but that young man has got heart and guts and soul, and he represents everything and embodies everything we want Florida State football to stand for.
Okay, back in back.
We were talking about the mismatch of our corners on their receivers. You want to talk about that?
I'm going to tell you what, now, we got some pretty good corners. There's a guy out there about 5'8", about 175, 80 pounds, who thinks he's 7'3", 310 pounds. And I'm going to tell you what, you can hit him in the back of the head about 20 times, you still wouldn't convince him. That guy is a competitor. He loves to play the game. I can't be happier for him in the return game, what he did. And Xavier Rhodes on the backside, big and physical. Mike Harris playing in there. LaMarcus Joyner. I'm telling you now, we got four guys who are pretty salty. The best thing about all of them, they're all back. they all come back. And I think our corners was a big factor in tonight's game in the matchup of their wideouts.
All right, back here.
Coach, Chris Thompson, the way he ran, it seemed like he wanted that extra yard more than he might have all season.
I'm gonna tell you what, I don't know. If you're around Chris, he wants it all the time. Chris is such a high character guy. I mean, and just, he had the hot hand. We were gonna play him on. We played along a little bit, but Chris was just so hot in the way he was running. We couldn't take him out of the ball game, and he became the featured guy tonight. I think he ended up with 147 yards on the night. And not only the runs he broke and scored in that last drive, being able to get those 2 first downs, be able to put the game away where they couldn't get it again, and it was tremendous. And I'm telling you, Chris has got 2 more years. I mean, he's just a sophomore, and Chris, when you're around him, I mean, he's another one of those guys. I keep saying our team is full of high character, high quality people, and he's definitely one of them.
Coach, with Rhodes out, I'm sorry, with Lattimore out in the first half, and Rhodes holds down outside Germany. I think
That's huge. I mean, the hit. That's a shame for Marcus. Marcus is an outstanding player. You hate to see any young man get hurt. I mean, it was a good, clean hit, and I'm glad. It was good, clean football. But I hate to see him. I hope he's okay. He's going to be a tremendous player. But that did help us. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, and the ability not to have. But their other backs run really well too. They did a nice job. I think they ran for 139 yards on the night. I mean, they did a pretty good job. And them being out, but then Alshon. Again, our corners and we got help over the top of them. Sometimes we had to play them one-on-one. They played him, and I was proud of our corners that way.
Okay, right here. No.
First Wednesday of February is going to come quick, Coach. I know we've got 9 early enrollees, 2 big JUCO players, plus the secondary guy we picked up to change his commitment. How excited are you about the recruiting show coming up?
Well, I'm very excited about our recruiting class. I can't speak about them individually, but I think we're getting the guys we're going after, and we feel, and hopefully we've evaluated well in what we're doing. And again, I think it's another group of high-quality kids when you're really around them, very good academic kids. It seems like we're recruiting, and I'm very excited to get them in here. And it'd be good to get all those guys. If you get 9 of them at midterm, that kind of helps you in spring ball and kind of changes the football team.
Okay, right here on the side.
Jimbo, you talk a lot about team football. Can you talk about what y'all did defensively in the first half to kind of buy you time and keep them off?
They really did. I mean, our defense, we were getting turnovers, and then we move it and kick a field goal, and then what they do, they go out and get it again. Just keep us right in the ball game and kept playing and kept battling. And they didn't look. This team, we're not a team, we're a family. And I really mean that. Our kids genuinely like each other. They hang with each other. They stay with each other. And whatever it takes, we talk about being a hero. And I say that. Be a hero to me is doing what you're supposed to do every play for the guy beside you, no matter what goes on. So if he's having a bad day, make it up yourself. You know what I mean? That's what our team did. And I think in all 3 phases, from defense to special teams and then offense, we finally got clicking and were able to control the ball. And our kids played together. And I think that's what you got to have, especially when you're going to get double-digit wins and win championships.
Okay, right here in the back.
Coach, how much, when South Carolina was driving that first possession, how much did that hit and turnover on Marcus Lattimore set a tone for the night, and what kind of a statement did your defense make overall?
Well, I think, we're going to be physical in the game. Our goal was to out-physical. Everybody we play going out-physical. I mean, that's the name of football. You can draw up, we're in this world of passing now, but the game still has pads on, so you got to be physical. So when guys catch the ball, and you got to be physical and be clean with it, and it did set a tone. I mean, we were here to play. We were going to take advantage of everything, and if you make some plays, we're still going to compete on the next play. And that's what I was proud of. They just didn't give in and give up. Say we're going to give up a score here. We come out and made a play on 3rd down. I think it was Greg again that caused that, if I'm not mistaken, and made a great hit. And I'm just proud of them. Our defense did a tremendous job.
Right here in front.
Coach, can you talk about the atmosphere of the Dome tonight?
Oh, it was great. I mean, every time I've ever played in this dome, it's been phenomenal. I mean, it's like, I played national championship games, SEC championship games here, bowl games here. Whatever it is, I mean, this place is as good an atmosphere as there is in college football when it comes to this level of ball and championship games and bowl games. It's phenomenal. And the people, and again, the Chick-fil-A people and what they do and how they do things, the quality of their organization is phenomenal. And then to have in this venue and in this setting, this is a great place to be.
Time for a couple more right here.
What do you think this night meant to Greg with his dad being here?
That's what I told him afterwards, and he was proud. I think just, you don't understand. We sometimes take so many things for granted that some of these young men don't have the opportunities of their family, or things happen in their life that they can't control, and what they play through and persevere through. That, we get something very minute, and we act like the world's in it, and they guys play right through it. But it's the first time his dad's seen him play since he's a freshman in high school, and I'm just happy for them. I'm happy for their relationship, because every young man needs a dad. And to have his dad back in his life and doing the things he did, and I think that's why, one of the reasons he plays so well.
All right, last question right here in the back.
Coach, you think one day that you might sign up for the Chick-fil-A preseason game here?
Oh yeah, we're talking about it. We just got to get the right thing. I got to get all. If we can get our guys a quick schedule of 3 great non-conference games a year, daggone, I'll come out and play one of them. But I can't play 4 of them all the time. But to be in that venue and that atmosphere and to do here, we're going to get it worked out here in the future sometime. We just got to wait till the schedule. We get the schedule right. And Gary knows we've talked about that, but we're going to get it worked out. It's too great a venue to get into not to be able to do it.
All right, thanks very much, Coach.
Thank you.